So let me start out by saying this. For all those folks out there who believes all lives matter, if you really believe that all lives matter, then you should not be upset or think that or compare the Black Lives Matter movement to Nazism or anything else, because all the Black Lives Matter movement is saying is, yes, if all lives matter, that means Black Lives Matter, right? But I digress, because once again, we are still having this discussion about police brutality. After all we have seen, after Eric Garner, after Walter Scott, the list is long, after Rekia Boyd, Sandra Bland, I can go on and on. We are still having a conversation about police brutality. And tonight, that conversation is taking us to Savannah, Georgia, where a jury acquitted 2 former sheriff deputies of involuntary manslaughter after, and this is the death of Matthew Ajibade. He's 22. He died from blunt force trauma after he was tased several times while being strapped down in a restraint chair. So think about that for a second. Like, before we get into the details of the case, think about this idea. I am strapped down in a chair. I'm restrained. I'm strapped down in a chair. I'm restrained. I cannot move. The job of the taser, if my memory serves me correctly, is to immobilize somebody. Am I right? Shake your head if you're not in agreement. Yes, the job of the taser is to immobilize. You cannot move. I tase you, boom, out. A restrained chair, if I restrain you in a chair, that means you can't move. Shake your head if you agree. Yeah. So if he was restrained in a chair, why did these police officers feel the need to tase him when he was restrained in a chair? That doesn't make any sense. That's almost counterintuitive. It's almost like doing the same thing twice. Moving on. So here's how the story goes down. A Chatham Superior Court jury did not convict the former they did convict the former deputies of a lesser charge. Jason Kenny was found guilty of cruelty to an inmate, and Maxine Evans was found guilty of public record fraud and 3 counts of perjury for lying in her grand jury testimony. But that didn't mean anything, because Matthew will no longer be able to go home to his family. And these 2 police officers, after tasing him while in a restrained chair, get to walk free. Now here, the story gets even crazier. So this all went down because he was arrested New Year's Eve day 2015 after domestic violence with his girlfriend, who called the police, although she told the police that he was bipolar and gave them a bottle of his medication. He's mentally ill. Police took him to jail, where he was punched, kicked in the face and the head before several officers restrained him. He was then put into a holding cell. He was stripped to his undergarments, handcuffed to a restraint chair, a camera attached to a taser, which automatically recorded when the device was on, showing this individual screaming as he was stunned multiple times in his genitalia. America, that is the definition of cruel and unusual punishment. Where are all those people when it comes to Matthew's story? Where are all the people who talk about, oh, I want my right to get a gun. I believe in our Constitution. What happened to Matthew was the highest form of cruel and unusual punishment. But those people tonight, America, are silent. All lives matter. But Matthew's life did not matter to you people. It did not matter to that jury. America, our country is falling apart. And it's not because of the Black Lives Matter movement. Our country is falling apart because of excessive, blatant police force and patterns of bias in our justice system that some people have taken sticks, broken them, and put them in their ears. And they refuse to hear stories like Matthew's. If you believe in the Constitution, if you're a believer in the Constitution, America, then this story should make you want to boil. You should be boiling. Boiling. Where are the Rush Limbaughs? Right? Where are the Glenn Becks? Where are all the people? What's her name? What's the chick's name? Dana, you know who I'm talking about. The chick, what is her name? Dana, who's on the Blaze next to Rush. Dana Loesch on the Blaze. Where is she at? Talking about, I love the Constitution. Not in Matthew's case.